We're about to have a conversation.
What's up? I want to respond to something that I am being sent over and over. And I was sent this on IG. So I'm saying this on IG to respond to the two preachers and the two ministers who have a problem with my theology. First, let me say this. What I'm about to say may not fit your theology, and that's okay. I, on the internet, talk to my audience. I'm not trying to recruit anybody else's audience. The only thing I am doing is talking to those that follow me. So when I make a statement about race, sexuality, anything concerning the church or the culture, and I'm critiquing on that, that is why people come to my platform, to see what the hell I got to say about what is happening. And that is my right. That is I feel as though it's my responsibility right now because I was called into this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to address you without naming you. There's this white pastor, and there's emphasis on the white here, and I'm going to tell you why. There's this white pastor that keeps taking my clips and posting them with these captions and these decorations that attempt to insult not just me, but what I'm saying, mainly because what I am saying, I think, troubles him. And then there's this black pastor, preacher, female, who reminds me of Jackie Hill Perry, who took a clip and began to explain how wrong I was for what I was saying. The statement that I made with her, well, actually I didn't make it with her or to her, I just made it to you guys. But she took the clip and then made a stitch, I think is what you call it. And she began to say any black preacher that says something of this nature that's supposed to be a Christian, there's some problem. This is the statement that I made. The statement I made was, and she only took this part. It was a long statement, but she only took this part where I said, I'm saying this to all white pastors, white preachers. You can leave it at the gate. Somebody can come get it. Thank you. Thank you. I said, I'm saying this to all I'm saying this to all white preachers and white ministers and white pastors. I said, we, black people, we are not your ministry. Let me say it again so you're clear on what I said. I said, I'm saying this to white pastors and to white preachers and ministers. Black people are not your ministry. We ain't your ministry. And to take that part without the whole explanation, you don't really understand what I'm saying. So let me tell you what I mean. What I mean is, Black Christians need to be in deconstruction right now and decolonization. Our faith, our Christianity, has been skillfully and sagaciously polluted with anti-black. I'm going to say it again. Our faith, as practiced here in the West, which is the white version of Christianity, just plain and simple. If you are a follower of Jesus Christ and you practice Christianity and you go to church, you have been polluted by whiteness. I don't know no other way to put it. And your faith needs to be decolonized and it needs to be deconstructed. If your Christianity has not been deconstructed and decolonized, then you're going to do as this woman did. I can't even think of her name, but I wouldn't say it anyway. You will take what I said and then judge it improperly. Let me tell you what she said. One of the first things out of her mouth, she said, she posed the question. She said, do you know that black people can be racist? Now, initially, when I saw that, I immediately turned it off. But because somebody was sending it to me, I want you to discuss this, and it's been sent to me several times, I said, well, let me watch the whole thing. The reason why I turned it off when she made that statement, because I knew I was not talking to somebody who has an education. I was very clear on that. Anytime you hear a black person or a white person accuse a black American of racism, then you know at that moment this person is telling you, I don't read books and I'm allergic to them. You can open it up. The moment, listen to me, the moment you hear somebody say to a black person or about black people that you are racist, you need to know right then that that person don't own no books, not one. And they are allergic to the action of reading on their own. So with that being said, I don't even know if this young lady is going to have the intelligence, and I hate to say it like that, but it's just what it is, to even understand my explanation. First, let me address what you said. It is impossible, as of 2025, for any black American to be racist. We do not have the capacity. We do not have the influence. There is not the structure and the system in place for a black person to even practice racism. We can't do it. Just can't. And the fact that you make that statement let me know you don't know what racism is. You have no clue on what racism is. That's number one. Racism can only be done by the race that is in power by way of privilege, policy, possessions, and things of that nature. So black people cannot be racist. However, and I say this all the time to my people, black people can be prejudiced. And the reality is that black people in America tend to be just as prejudiced as white people in America are racist. I've been saying that since Jesus was a baby. I've been saying that for a long time. This white pastor, and you know who you are, I'm just not saying your name. Somebody gonna have to send you this to know that I responded. This white pastor has consistently used my post to go on this rampage against homosexuality and homosexual, same gender loving people. We will never agree, never ever agree. Never ever agree. I don't care how many scriptures you pull. We will never ever agree that homosexuality and being gay is a sin. We will never agree with that. I know there are some things that is in the same gender loving community that is toxic, but it's the same thing in the straight community. It's the same thing in several different communities. But you cannot take the Bible alone and say that gay and homosexuality is a sin because the Bible says so. Well, what is in the Bible? And who put it in there? That all got in there by a mistranslation. And that was done in the 1940s. And I know now there's a group called it's a movie and a documentary. But before this movie came out, I was saying this because I understood etymology. Anybody who understands word origin is going to know certain things that other people are going to know. I will never say that homosexuality is a sin and being gay is a sin. Do you know what has happened in our world as a result of that mistranslation of that particular word? I know that's why it was put in there in all 6 spaces and places. I also know why it was put in there in the book of Leviticus about some other things that I do not believe or practice. And then when you go over to the New Testament, there's some things that I know about those writings. Those aren't even the scriptures. About those writings, that just is not true. You have to study canonization. You have to study how it all came together. And when you don't understand that, then you just create your own theology and your own doctrine. I am not telling you to believe like I believe, but what I am telling you is to leave me the fuck alone. Because only at some point in time, I'm gonna get irritated. And when I do get irritated, then I'm gonna go after you, white pastor, and your church. Because you gotta remember now, you made some people upset about a year ago. So all of them started sending me all of this stuff. But because I don't do that kind of work, it'll never see the light of day. But if you keep messing with me, I might just give you a special Larry Live show featuring your raggedy ass church. I just might. And to this black woman who's black outside with a white soul, your whole soul is white. And then as I scroll through your page, your husband is white, your pastor is white, your friends are white. I say, you know what? This makes sense. And it won't them that took my clip and put it up. It was you, black woman, against a black man to put it on your page and then tell him he's racist. This is what whiteness does. This is why black Christians got to be decolonized and deconstructed, because you have the spirit of the master and doing this dirty work. You still on the plantation being the head nigga in charge. He the one that ain't picking cotton, master. You want me to get him? That's what you look like. Horrible, and it's terrible. But I just want you to be very clear that neither one of you guys are smart enough to even have a debate back and forward with me about the book that you take literally, because I don't take it literally. I take it as prophetic, historical in parts, metaphorical in other parts. I do know that parts of it is borrowed from Egyptian religions and Greek religions, because the very same stories and the same thing Jesus said was said by Horus, was said by these other gods thousands of years before Christianity was even created. You know, but say maybe that trouble your faith. That just sinks me deeper in mine. It don't make me anti-Bible, anti-Christian, and anti-Jesus. It sinks me deeper in my faith. But my faith is very intelligent and clear. It's not foolish. And it's obvious that many of you who are Christians who haven't gone through the deconstruction and decolonization process, and I'm still in it myself and have been in it for decades. But it's very clear to me that your faith foolish. So I want you to keep that if it worked for you. But do not tag me in nothing else and take my video, because it just might be the wrong day. Right now you're getting Larry. But I got this other alter ego that Kim Burrell named Jeremiah. I mean, not Jeremiah, Jeremy. I was thinking about Jeremiah. Jeremy. And if he come to the forefront, he's going to cuss you out. And then they're going to drag your whole family. And then you have to bring your kids around to have a conversation with your children, because they're going to find it on the internet if they go viral with me dragging you. Because that's the stuff that go viral on me. The funny stuff and the when I'm clapping back. So I want y'all to mind your business and go to hell. That's what I want you to do. Mind your business and go to hell. All right? I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to my community. I'm not talking to your white ass. You do what you want to do over there. And I looked down the page and y'all was talking about why Christians shouldn't vote Democrat. On the black girl page, I said, you know what? So they got you believing and using your black face that all black people are Democratic. I'm not Democratic or Republican at all. I voted for Kamala because she was a decent human. And y'all got so much stuff to say. Why ain't y'all talking about all the stuff Donald Trump doing that's against the Bible? It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. You hold Bible. But what Jesus say about what to do with the stranger, the immigrant, and what we're doing as a country? You ain't saying nothing about that. I'm gonna say y'all faith foolish. Your faith is not even justice, so it can't have Jesus in it. Y'all just hijacked his last name Christ and made it Christianity, but ain't no Christ in it. Because you can tell me there's Christ in that, and then you're treating the immigrant and the stranger the way you treating them. That ain't right. Nope. So anyway, once again, and I'm gonna inbox this live to the last person that sent me this, so you can do like you did me, tag me in it, and then send me a voice note basically saying, I need to heal from my trauma from white people. I ain't never had no trauma from white folk. That was my dad and them. I always gave white people issues, because in North Carolina, I can go stay in the $1 million house right in the neighborhood. Now see, they came against me with that. But I experienced more white allies than I have white ex-hoes like you and your pastor and your husband. All them. And I'm really, this is still Larry. Jeremy ain't in here. But fool up with me if you want to now. So right about now, anything I say against a racist white person or a black privileged person who have allowed their soul to be washed whiter than snow, right now you deserve to be cussed out. If you voted for Trump, you deserve to be cussed out. And you working up on one. Okay, I see Nick Few. Nick Few had sent me this too. Are you okay with me saying this? Tabitha Brown, brother. Very funny, talented guy. He sent me this. He said, it's very clear she doesn't understand what you're saying. She don't have the sense to understand it because her soul is white. She taking white peen every night in her brown puss. She is laying up in the arms of a white man, being his fetish. He got her voting against her people and her own sex. This child ain't got no sense. None. Let me be him. Let me be. I'm telling you, this ain't what you want.
And the thing that irritates me a lot about this whole situation is the black bodies that are in the pews and in the comment section that are supporting the rhetoric that black people can be racist. I don't know where y'all get this stuff from, and I don't know who's teaching you. And yes, I do believe you're allergic to books and you don't like thinking that much. You just like parroting whatever somebody says for you to believe. And then I looked in the comment section just here. Look at this. Jamar Stevenson says, "That's not true, Larry. Blacks are racist. Look at what just came out your mouth about white preachers." Jamar Stevenson, I don't know who you are, but it sounds like I've seen your name in my chat before, so I'm going to take a little easy on you. But I got to tell you the truth. Do not ever say that again to a thinking person, to a person that has over a high school diploma education. I understand you're going to American schools and come out with a statement like this, K through 12. But then when you go to college, at least when I was in college, they sort of pushed us to do our own research, and we can pull all these different research. So the college experience is what caused me to go even further into doing my own research. Jamar Stevenson, you ain't read no books. You only went to school K through 12. I guarantee you, you do not have education beyond the 12th grade. I almost can guarantee it. And I'm not saying those of you that don't have more than a diploma aren't smart, because you can continue education after the school by reading books. So either you did not continue to go to school and get into the rigor of learning, which is research and data collecting, or you are allergic to books and the last book you read is your Bible, because that is the most stupid statement a black person can make, especially in 2025. Y'all, we got to do some work in our community. If we got black people around here saying we can be racist, we got to work. And this is terrible. This is horrible. You black people, educate your nearest black person. And it's a shame that I know a whole bunch of white people who know that this is stupid. In fact, I don't personally know a white person that don't know that this is stupid. And this is a bad look for us. Jamar, you are injuring blackness by being this level of stupid. So we need for you to, Jamar, to pick up a book, any many, mo. Catch that rabbit by its big toe. And if he holler, don't you let him go, because that was your choice in the midst of any, many, mo. I want you to grab a book that got black folk on the front of it, that got blackness in the title or the word African, and read it to rediscover your pigmentation, because you're talking like you're the wrong hue. This is a problem. Do not say that again. You cause blackness to take several steps back in America. It is impossible for a black person to be a racist. Okay. Don't say that no darn more, because that's stupid. And we can't be out here like this. So you got to educate your nearest black person, all black people in here, because this is a problem. Larry, you're 100% correct. They hate the idea that they are racist, and the only people that are racist, they invented it, not us. There you go. They invented it, not us. We didn't have the power to. We suffered because of their racist, not that they suffer of ours. This is just dumb. Okay. All right, Jamar, he just gave you the sociological factors that would have to be in place for African Americans to be racist. Absolutely. We didn't create the system. We don't own the system. We do not have the placement to be racist or the system to support it. Because more than anything, racism is a system. So how can we be racist and we do not own the system? Yeah. So there's that. And I'm gonna run another video. Y'all can come back in about 10 minutes. I posted it on IG, but I took it down because I think I need to say something along with it. So I'm not sending out a text every time that I'll upload something. So I'm about to upload something. Give me about 15 minutes. I'm gonna be right back because I need to have a conversation about real estate. And it's a 10-minute video. But I need for everybody here to really get it in their mind to begin to move differently as relates to your money from here on out, especially if you are an American, especially if you are a Black American. I'll be right back.